They're constantly calling us to vote, telling us that the future of our country depends on it. But is it really so? The elections in our country turned into a comedy long time ago, and we all into puppets on whom nothing depends. We ordinary US citizens do not decide anything anymore, because positions in the Congress and governor posts are occupied by whole family clans of politicians who sit there for decades. In order to understand that it is real, it's enough to get to know their biographies and, above all, candidates' families. Look, this is Mary Landrieu, an incumbent and probably next governor of Louisiana. We, the voters, are sure to believe that her brother being mayor of New Orleans, the capital of this very state, is a simple coincidence. The coincidence is, as well as the fact that Bob Casey, the one working in the Pennsylvania government and promising to overcome unemployment, is a son of the governor of this very Pennsylvania. And here is one more political genius, and apparently almost a child prodigy, because he managed to become a senator of state Tennessee at the age of 27. This is Albert Gore Jr. On this post, he is preceded, again as an accidental coincidence, by his father, Albert Gore Sr. What a talented family. And this is state Michigan. And a candidate of this state, Sander Levin. Guess who occupied the post of this very state senator until now? Right you are, his relative, brother Carl Levin. And this is a former senator of Indiana, Evan Bay III. He held the position only 2 terms as opposed to his father, Birch Evan Bay, who occupied this post of the very state Indiana for 20 years. And this is a candidate from Kansas, Pat Roberts, and his father, Charles Roberts, who until recently was a member of the National Republican Committee. The states of New Mexico and Colorado are divided by brothers Udall, Tom and Mark. And this is one of the northmost states of our country, Alaska. Look, the pictures show how Frank Murkowski, former senator of Alaska, celebrates his birthday in a friendly circle. He resigned this post some years ago, having been a senator for 20 long years. Now, father's position in the Senate is occupied by his daughter, Lisa Murkowski. If we look at their income, it becomes obvious why our politicians keep their positions and try to find a place for their relatives in the politics. For instance, this is the house of one of the oldest senators, John McCain. This is the most luxurious cottage of the city of Phoenix, the capital of Arizona. There are 5 living rooms, 13 bedrooms, and 14 bathrooms. It costs $4.5 million. When in an interview, journalists asked a well-to-do senator how many cottages he had, he for some reason found difficulty in replying and said he didn't remember exactly, maybe 8, maybe 9. The American politicians receive such huge sums of money for lobbying of big corporations and passing laws beneficial to them. For example, lobbying the small arms companies for which wars in Iraq and Afghanistan are necessary as much as the air one breathes. Let's ask ourselves, why do we endure it? And why do we keep silence looking at this political mafia which endeavors only for their financial interests and neglects America's interests? Why does the contemporary political mafia unleash ever new wars and turn America, a great country, into its own possessions? The most striking example is the state of Texas, which the Bush family run as their own rancho. This is a family photo of the Bush clan. In the foreground, there is George Bush Sr., who was the U.S. president in 1981 to 1989. Behind him, we see George Bush Jr., former U.S. president who headed the country for 2 terms. In the background, there's the younger family member, Jeb Bush. This is one more picture of him, but he is older and embracing his elder brother. In the youth, he used to be an oil industry businessman. Having become older, he got a position of Florida governor. And these are only one of present members of the Bush family who are in power. One more Bush, by the way, George as well, has recently appeared in the official Olympus. Here is this young man, George Prescott Bush, who is 30 years of age. He He's George Bush's son, and he got a position of land emissary in the Bush's homeland, the state of Texas. There's no gainsaying it. Apparently, this is a very talented family whose descendants will decide the rules of our country existence for a long time. It would seem, is there anything bad in the fact that American congressmen, senators, and governors are well-off people? And what is horrible in the fact that they keep their positions at the expense of their clan structure? But the world experts think that political clans prevent ordinary Americans, maybe far more talented, from nominating for power. But the most curious thing is that that is how Italian Cosa Nostra, simple to say, mafia, was created, at the expense of family clans. The same mafia, but of the political character, doesn't let new political power get in a Congress today. And that's why our country is constantly at war and spends billions on the army instead of spending this money on public health, education, or struggle with illegal immigrants.